Hello, everybody. It's Active Synergist. So right now, I have a announcement. Announcement. Everybody who watches my videos, there has been a breakthrough of the mathematical variety, and it's an applied scientific breakthrough in the behavioral sciences. So welcome to the new equation I'm using. It's a new formula called CG7. CG7 is this formula right here. I say equation every time, but I mean formula, just so you know. And so N1, N2 is the scaling back of the values that go into these formulas parameters. And there's four parameters here are right here in these bounds. And then you have theta, sine theta, sine 2 theta over cosine cube theta times ln of theta out front. And then you have d thetas and integrals of quotient integrals top and bottom. And this formula right here represents, it's the same one, top and bottom, represents the, you know what, I'll write it out. I'll write it out right here. It is the lifetime expected average of the rate of change of a linear system. Okay, now I added linear system there just to see if you guys are going to be thrown off by this. I don't use it in a set of linear equations or anything like that, but hopefully you understand that I just threw that in there because I felt like throwing it in. I don't know if that means anything to you, but certainly it means a lot to me. So I'm going to keep it in this notebook, and I'm going to remind myself every time I look at this notebook that it's about linear things, linear, not non-linear things. But I haven't proven anything about that yet. I don't know. Maybe I've said too much already. I don't know. So the thing is, we're going to use this right now. So I'm going to turn the pages, and we're going to find what I've been cooking up. What I've been cooking up here. It is the behavioral change problem first posed by Fogg that states that there are three factors that go into changing behavior. It is the factor of prompt, motivation, and ability. So here's basically what we're looking at here. The first thing you want to do is look at this equation called MAP, which takes a prompt and an ability, which I lay out in the gradient, the sensitivity gradient of motivation. And we say that the product of these things divided by, because they're actually both in minutes, and we convert them to seconds by dividing by 60, so the 60s get multiplied to 3,600. And so moving from there, we have CG5 again. Welcome back, CG5. Thanks for being here. And we have a sensitivity gradient which generally takes the shape. It has a 0.16 minus the sensitivity gradient divided by a known value. So this value right here is I have to look at my calculator for a second to see what I saved it as. So it is da 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 da. How far back do I have to go? Oh no. Oh no, map. Come on. I did a lot of looking at these things. I don't know. I don't know. I saved it as 12. So 12 hours in a day, and that's the motivated standard for how motivated you can be to actually do work, 12 hours of work possibly. And these are all those classic parameters that I've used for the standard distribution of CG5. in the standard distribution rule and other things of that sort. And what I wrote here is that there's a critical value found at 165, and everything else seems to be very gradual and linear. So we see that there is a critical value because it goes from 1.8946664 and it goes to 1.01090. And I really, this makes me really excited. I mean, I think I might just start flatulating for a little bit. This literally means that the IQ at 165, IQ of one, what does that make you think of? I think that's a very high IQ. I think that's the cap on IQ. If I'm not mistaken, I mean, it might not be the cap, but based on all scores that can test you that high, it requires a more in-depth analysis after you get to 165, because you're so highly motivated that it does no bad score can actually make you look bad anymore. And literally, that brings me to the next thing is you need a prompt, which is like how, and I used 100 for the prompt in this case, but how exactly do you compare your prompting of how high your IQ has to be in order for you to be motivated about this thing? And so, I mean, look, there are things out there that make you motivated because it's relatable to your challenge expertise level, desire for that motivation, and so you need to have a set amount you're trying to achieve, and also a set amount of a challenge you're willing to undertake. So what I mean by that is the challenge has to meet some sort of criteria that goes, and I wouldn't say in line of that. I would say it has to go kind of productively forward in terms of, okay, now I'm just pontificating. I guess what I really want to say here is that where do we go from here? You have my work, so do not steal my work. Do not take it from me. Do not take it from me. Okay, take it from me. Take it from me. You want to take it from me? You want to take this? Not this. You don't want to take this? No? So I thought,